going to be Polypoid. Now this is a huge map, and I think this is definitely going to favor Bonyth quite a bit, where OyA is not going to be able to get into his face as fast. We saw Bonyth play... Oh, well, we'll talk about it in a second. So, second map is Polypoid.
Zip the lip, now you can start the game. Actually, we're missing OyA. It's time.
All right. Oh, cross spawns. So in the top right, we have our red Protoss. It is OyA.
And in the bottom left, the blue Protoss, it is Bonyth. Yeah, I mean, Polypoid is, again, a ramped map and one of the biggest maps. So this is usually the map where you will see, you know, really fast expansions, predominantly robotics play. Though, honestly, I mean, obviously DTs here, Templar can hold the choke pretty well with cannons. So going for something like DTs into Forge and to expand might not be a bad idea, but, you know, I think most of the games that we've seen on here in IO, a lot of the times there were like stuff like 1 gate expand into Robo, or 1 gate Robo expand, or really fast expansion. So especially being cross spawns, that's more likely, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we did see the 1 gate Expo into 3 gate Robo. I think it was versus Boa. Maybe it was versus DeWalt that Bonyth pulled out. Now with cross spawns, I would imagine that would be just an impeccable build. That would definitely be my go-to build. But we already saw, who was it? Boa versus... Was it OyA today? I can't remember. It's
Wait,
already...
no, you played versus DeWalt.
Oh, Boa versus DeWalt. Yeah, how did I forget that? We already saw on cross spawns, Boa went for a 3 gate. Oh, yeah. Now this is actually what I wanted to see, was 2 gate, because we did see that now...
We've seen Bonyth do 2 gate on this map, like exactly this map against OyA.
And also, what I like is that Bonyth hasn't shown a 2 gate yet. He also hasn't shown a 1 base play versus Zerg in any of the games so far. So I like that he's pulling it out in our last series to be like, hey, don't forget that I also have this card up my sleeve. You got to keep that in mind. So I like this, regardless of whether he wins or loses. It's going to keep this in the back of the mind for future games versus these Protoss players. So I think this is a really slick move. Now, OyA skipped his Zealot because that is straight cybernetics, and I think he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Luckily for him, it is at least cross spawns.
I mean, cross spawns on this map, man, the rush distances are so huge that this 2 gate's just not going to do anything. And Bonyth is going to have to take a gas behind this. We'll have to see here. I mean, you know, OyA doesn't know exactly what Bonyth is doing, so really this Zealot can block the ramp. And OyA unfortunately did not get a scout this game because he went for basically an end scout where you scout the close bases. But actually, is he going to see these Zealots? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a slick timing, just bank up 3 Zealots before showing them, but the probe intercepts it at the perfect time. A nice pylon block catching 2 probes there. That's a big deal in PvP. Cybernetics follow up. First goon is out. Pylon's going to be taken out relatively quickly, so he will be able to get into position. Now, mid left. Is that a pylon going up over there? I think it is, because he's going to be supply blocked. So OyA is going to fight aggression with aggression of himself. Now, what is this? You think this is Gates, or is this Proxy Robo, or what?
This has got to be Gates for sure. There's no other reason to proxy that. Or maybe he's going to proxy the Citadel while this is going on. OyA with some interesting... I mean, he is actually microing really well. You can see the goons have their health, but for some reason he just makes himself get blocked outside of his base, and now Bonyth gets on top of the mineral line. There is a shield battery though, so he's not going to lose. He's going to lose 1 probe, and that's it. So that was really good from OyA. And now his proxy, I mean, I don't think Bonyth is going to necessarily think about, okay, a second probe goes down, which is pretty significant. 3rd probe also, that was a huge amount of damage, honestly. This has got, yeah, it's a Citadel, so makes a lot of sense because, you know, Bonyth was inside of his base for the whole time. You know, he was able to scout. Now, does Bonyth have the wherewithal to identify that there was a missing pylon? I'm not too sure, but Bonyth has to know this might be a possibility.
Yeah, I don't know how often you see Proxy anything in PvP, so Bonyth may not be suspecting this at all. I love, oh, please scout top left. He's got map control at this point. There's no fear of him getting instantly counterattacked. So this is an amazing scout. And he sees that the Citadel is completed. It's not in production. So this is already a disaster for OyA. If he unpowers the pylon, the DT can't get out either. So just an amazing scout from Bonyth. Now the response, we don't know what it is just yet. I imagine he's going to plop Robo and Forge. Now you can see OyA trying to save it, but with the probe falling down, there's no hope for this really ever working. OyA may just try and barrel into the main and try and make the game get super crazy. Has he done that? No. Oh, I think he did, and that is what he's doing. I can't believe it.
This is huge because he can also kill, like, cancel the cannons, but the reality is DTs are never going to be in time. He's just going to kill a bunch of probes now, which is, this is so much damage, so many probes to go down, and you know, now all of his units are kind of stuck there. I would like to see OyA just expand behind this and just defend with Templars or something like that. DT coming out on the map, still no cannon though, and OyA does see this, but now I think Bonyth is probably warping in, yeah, a cannon at his ramp. Oh man, this is actually kind of, it's so crazy. He got a lot of probe kills though, so yeah. Definitely he can even this out. And remember, like, he only has one DT out on the field and they're pretty similar supply. He's only down 4 supply here. So I think OyA probably has like a 10 worker lead even. So if he expands here and kind of just, you know, stabilizes, he'll be in a really good spot.
Yeah, I think that move, what seemed to be a disaster, was a game-saving move. I didn't realize Goon's three-shotted probes. He got like seven. Yeah,
that's not something you see every day, dude.
Yeah, you don't see that often. Now behind this, he's taking a Nexus. He's got 3-gate going up. Now, unfortunately for him, because he proxied the tech, that is completely across the map, and with it unpowered, he cannot upgrade Psystorm, he cannot upgrade speed, and so he's going to have to rebuild them most likely unless he somehow gets a pylon up and running over there. So a bit unlucky for him, and that could come back to bite him in the future. Meanwhile, 4-gate follow-up again from OyA, skipping out on the Robotech. Now he sees the army moving out, so you know he's going to try and backstab this Nexus, but instead he does back off. I guess he recognizes Bonyth is going to turn around, but yeah, both of these buildings are going to go down.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Well, DT runs in, but of course, oh, is it gonna, oh my god, that was so close. I don't think there was actually a cannon next to Bonyth's Nexus, so kind of crazy there, almost getting in there. And these DTs are doing a lot of work in just keeping Bonyth back, because of course they're threatening to just outright kill this Nexus, but at this point I think Bonyth has had enough of OyA's kind of counterattacks and guerrilla tactics. He's just going to go straight for the throat here. Now OyA does have 4-gate production, as you said, behind this. I'm surprised he didn't choose to go for something like a Forge and cannons, but the reality is at this point OyA is 4-gate versus 2-gate, so he only really needs a couple more of rounds of production here, and he's going to overwhelm.
Is dead.
I think Bonyth is
die.
Yeah. Oh, Bonyth is gonna, he's gonna lose this fight too. He has fewer Dragoons, and look, OyA's not even focusing the Zealot, kind of sidestepping that problem altogether, and now, I mean, OyA is in a massive lead.
I think it's over. Oh, okay, I don't know if it's over, but OyA's in a huge lead. Like you said, I don't think that Nexus got canceled either. I didn't see 400 minerals shoot up. It seemed like he kind of just built it up from just mining resources. So an amazing kill onto the Nexus for 1 DT. We see that Reaver Tech is obviously coming in for Bonyth, but no shuttle out, no Reaver out, so no way to punish OyA at this point in the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be OyA's game to lose. He's in such a massive positional advantage. The reality is, oh, that's right, he did lose the Templar Archives. I'm an idiot, you know, at mid-left, but he did rebuild it actually in time. So would be interesting to see if he's actually teching to Templar, but almost, you know, in a sense, the Citadel is actually slightly more important of a tech in this matchup, because you really want to get speed lots at some point. You know, especially once you want to transition into Templar, it's really hard to sustain Templar and Goon production off of 2 gas. That's why you see a lot of Zealots coming in. And anyway, speed lots are really good against Dragoons. They really make your composition that much better. So the fact that OyA has a Templar Archives here but no Citadel, he can't really even use the Templar Archives itself. So he's going to be on a pure Dragoon army at this point with a couple of slow Zealots, and he's going to attack into a shuttle with Reaver and Dragoon. So I don't quite think OyA can really punish this from Bonyth just yet. I think he needs to get that Citadel up and running back at home.
Man, he could pop the shuttle right now. Bonyth has no reaction.
There's no Reaver in there.
Yeah, there's no Reaver in there, but still, shuttle is an expensive building. I think this might have been a little bit too far deep for OyA. Maybe not, though. He does beat... Or no, he is denied first. Reaver comes out. Pylon didn't even die. Still, I don't think it was the biggest loss for OyA. He's had his NAT up and running for so long. He's got 5 gate. His Templar Archive is done. Robo, I think I saw that started for OyA, so he's going to be getting his observers out pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, again, OyA is just in such a good position, but I mean, Bonyth has gotten his expansion up and running. You know, the one thing about a lot of these PvPs that we've seen, Nyokin, is that many of these players are quite content in staying on 2 base, and you know, I will admit, I'm not obviously I'm not very good at this matchup at all, but I think in this position, for example, OyA can easily just go and take a 3rd base for you know, I mean, not for free, but like he can definitely take the mineral only and set up there, maybe even take another gas. Now, I do realize that taking a 3rd base in this matchup is a bit risky because it kind of spreads your forces out. Then, oh, apparently the replay is actually broken, so we have to cast here from the first person. But luckily, we have both players' perspective. And oh my god, sick Reaver drop here from Bonyth.
Yeah, Reaver into the natural. Looks like that was a dud on the 2nd Scarab shot. Preemptive pull in the main. Let's see how many kills he can get here. Looks like that one's going to dud too, but nicely done. Oh, that could be a massive one, but of course, the minerals are going to get in the way. 82 supply for Bonyth. I think there was similar supply for OyA before we changed point of views. Oh, he's trying to catch this shuttle.
Yeah, will he find it though? That would be a huge... Oh my god, he actually found it, and he's gonna kill it. So now basically Bonyth has no counter harassment, he has no pressure out on the map. Just now OyA actually starts his storm. Is he gonna get this obs also? That would be huge. He's gonna try and get this obs. I think he might actually get this obs. Oh my god. So suddenly, I mean, obs are hugely important in this matchup as well, guys, because the robotics is constantly producing shuttles and reavers, especially for Bonyth. So you can see Bonyth actually only has 1 obs out to spot, and it's not really spotting anything, so he's completely in the dark as to what OyA is doing. He knows kind of OyA was out on the map, but he did just lose a shuttle, Bonyth did, so he can't be too aggressive. He's just going to build up. 2nd shuttle here just finished for him. Going to load up 1 Reaver and 2 DT, so he's going to go... Oh my god, this is such a sick setup here. He's going to go for that 1 Reaver and 2 DT harassment, which is a good way of getting back into the game. You can see that I don't think OyA has cannons in his main Nexus, for example, and OyA doesn't know this shuttle is out on the map. So, but the problem is that OyA is actually getting ready to attack here, and Bonyth, he has only a couple of his units here. Remember, he has a drop out onto the map, so missing a Reaver in this defense. And we'll have to see. Here comes the drop. Reaver getting unloaded in the middle of this mineral line, and the cannon's gonna go down with 2 DTs there, so actually doing so much economic damage. I think this is going to force OyA into just busting the natural.
Yeah, he can't afford to turn around, obviously, so he's just going to go for it. He doesn't have an observer to deal with the DTs. He tries to jump on the Reaver. Instantly, Reaver gets off what looked like 1 or 2 shots. I don't know if he has an observer in this either. Oh
my god, massive storm also onto Bonyth's mineral line, but Bonyth is wrecking OyA's economy, and I honestly think OyA is kind of throwing this game away. He has no more probes left, and it's hard for him to push into here, but he still has so many Dragoons.
But he doesn't have an observer.
Yeah, I mean, this is so crazy, dude. If he doesn't have an observer, he's going to lose to these DTs. And I think you're right, Naoki. He has no idea these DTs. Well, I mean, he knows these DTs are destroying his army, but he has no answer for them. And suddenly, back at his base, he has absolutely no workers. You can see the supply, I think. OyA is around like 40 or something, and Bonyth's around 60. So really, his economy is just non-existent. And Bonyth somehow salvaging this game, it looks like. I mean, I can't see OyA winning from this position.
Yeah, the Reaver and DT drop just completely changed the tides of this game, and now Bonyth looks like he's in the driver's seat, even if he doesn't get any probes with that Rio. He just taps out. Amazing, absolutely crazy game. We've gotten crazy games today. First, Koget versus Eonzerg in Sylphin, and now another micro battle in Polypoid. And you really thought that OyA was gonna win after the Nexus got canceled, or not canceled, killed, and then he stalled or denied the counterattack from Bonyth. So nicely done for Bonyth to recover so well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we almost saw that even with Boa today when he played versus DeWalt and he had a massive advantage. He kind of just kept pushing on 2 base when he had ample opportunity to take a 3rd base. And it worked for Boa in that game, but in this game for OyA, it just didn't work out.